So today I am in Regina, or Regina as some people say. We're going to be doing the Driven Regina show, and that's happening on September 9th, which is tomorrow. Today's the 8th. Today's the day before the show, so we're at the venue. We're setting up booths, we're setting up stuff like that. So today is a very big prep day. Floors are being marked. A bunch of operational stuff is being done. Floor plans are being completed. Who's going to go where? Decisions like that are being all done today. And in addition to that, some booths are being set up. So some vendors are here, like RWB Canada. So you typically see me with them sometimes. A lot of the Driven booths, which is just basically the front entrance, ticketing, stuff like that. And most of the other vendors are going to be here tomorrow setting up, but we want to make sure that all the floors are marked and ready. So that's kind of the idea behind today. So 2 big trailers in, we're going to unpack, and tomorrow there's going to be actually a lot of the cars rolling in and stuff like that. So as I set up the booth, maybe I'll take you with me, showcase how the booth is being set up, and we'll go from there. So you'll see some cool merch. Obviously RWB always has cool merch, and you'll see some of the Driven show stuff before it's filled. So you'll get a nice perspective of an empty hall and then a very full hall. And that's where I'll end up. So we're later in the evening. A lot of the vendors are starting to set up, the ones that set up the day before and whatnot. We also have some vehicles coming in from clubs from out of town. Since Regina is a smaller town, we have cars coming in from Winnipeg, Saskatoon, and other cities. But no, we're making progress overall. All the floors are basically marked already. We have the RWB booths being set up there. We look down, there's other booths that are already set up. We have the Yokohama booth here, and some other vendors as well. So progress is being done quite well, and we'll proceed into the evening. And I think around 6 o'clock or so we're gonna go for dinner. It's currently 4:40ish, and don't know what else to say from there. It'll be a busy evening. Tomorrow's a busy day, right? Today I typically fly in later because I'm not needed in the morning, but my flight was just way much cheaper, or way more cheaper in the morning than in the evening. So yeah, we'll proceed from there. So I would say that this is the end of the Friday. We have a bunch of cars, like I said, a bunch of stuff set up, and now time to just go grab dinner, go to sleep, because tomorrow morning is going to be an early morning, especially with the time change and stuff like that. So some cars are still rolling in, the last ones, and then we're going to head out, and then tomorrow is going to be the rush, because all the other vendors, all the other cars are going to roll in, and it's going to be quite busy. So we'll end it off there, and we'll continue on Saturday, basically day of the show. Good morning, fellow car enthusiasts. So we're here on the day of Driven Regina, or Driven Regina. There's 2 ways to say it. Some people say Regina, some people say Regina. And the show is mostly set up. So we already have cars being pulled up into booths. We have a lot of the booths being already set up. It's currently 10:43 in the morning. So as the day progresses, I think roll-in is going to end at around 11 o'clock-ish. 11 to 12, typically we close the doors, and then no one else is allowed in. Vendors are typically set up by that time. Vendors are all in by 10, 11 o'clock. So we can see that there's still a few vendors missing, a few open spaces, so that's going to be the time for solo cars that are like 11 to 12-ish usually rolling, and then show starts at 1. So there's that hour in between for everyone to get their final things set up, get everything ready. So as you can see, a lot of the vehicles are already ready here and ready to go for the show. People are doing their final touches, touch-ups. This would be a great place to use products just like Parts Avatars, Ceramic Detailer, our High Gloss and Shine Quick Detailer as well, because that would make these cars just stand perfect, get that final little touch on the vehicles. But yeah, let's take a quick gander around, see some of the vehicles. There's obviously a good amount of tuner vehicles. There's actually some classics here just over there, which is very cool to see. Why don't we switch over to them quickly? Always cool to see classic muscle out at shows. The Regina crowd definitely has a good amount of classics as well, in addition to all the tuners. Then obviously there's the supercars, hypercars, Lamborghinis, Porsches, cars like that. I actually see a good amount of Supras and a good amount of GTRs. Just behind me, right over here, we stock parts for all these vehicles, even though they're BMW-ish Toyotas, but we'll find a bit of everything. And yeah, as you can see, final cars are still rolling in, so once everyone is rolled in, we'll do a walk around the show and go from there. Actually, I see that we even have a few vehicles right outside these doors at the main entrance on display, so why don't I walk around here, do a little showcase. Much quieter out here than it is inside the venue. But we have a few vendors here, we have a few cars here already too, as you can see. This is actually really cool looking to me. I really like how everything is displayed here, right at the main entrance. So very, very cool. So that's basically main entrance there. We're gonna go back to setting up, getting the final cars rolled in, and we'll proceed from there. I think I need to find a new catchphrase other than proceed from there. I feel like I say that a little bit too much, but maybe that'll be my little catchphrase. But I'm excited to see how the day proceeds. Lots of cool cars. See you in a bit. All right, surprise, surprise. 1 RWB, 2 RWB, 3 RWBs at the show, so it's pretty cool. Here is Anthony's 996, then we have 997, and then we have a 993. So very, very sweet setup, and there's going to be one more popping up just over there. That's going to be the Driven eBay collab one, so that one's going to be pretty cool. That'll be Mark's 997, so that'll be pulled up and in there. That's going to be a bit of a reveal later, but regardless, we have a few sweet cars already here. So as they proceed, I'll get some B-roll and stuff like that. I'm actually going to be able to drive that one, which is very, very awesome. And that's kind of it, so we'll proceed from there. And the last RWB is coming in. 997, Mark's 997 is coming in right there. I got it. It is now 12:30ish, so half hour till the show starts. We have all the RWBs here, so we have 996, 997, 997, and there's a 993 right there. So I'm gonna go get clips of each of them. The rest of the show is all filled up and ready. All the competitors are here, all the shops are here, all the vendors are here. A lot of the vendors are already set up. So there's 1, 2 RWBs, and then 3, 4. So 4 RWBs in the show is pretty it's pretty good. Pretty cool to see that many RWBs in one show, especially in Regina, right? Or Regina, much smaller city. Saskatoon, you wouldn't expect there to be so many cool cars, but there is. So I'm just gonna do a quick walk around. If there are any cars that pique my attention, I'll try to get some nice B-roll of them, include that in. But it should be a pretty cool show. So like, I can see a variety of cars. I see some Miatas, I see Supras, I see GTRs, the ones that we already saw before previously. And there's a few vendors here as well, all displaying their businesses, whether it be selling accessories for vehicles, automotive care products, services such as detailing, PPFing, or stuff like that. It has a variety of things. So like I said, I'm going to get some B-roll of any of the cars I find interesting, and we'll proceed from there basically. line of vehicles, whether it be Subarus, BMWs, all cool cars that can be found here. Especially this RS6. This RS6 is pretty cool. I might get some clips of that too. So 5 o'clock is approaching and Nakai is going to be doing his photograph signing session, and the line is quite long already. So a lot of people are already in line. We have to walk around and remind people that he's only signing on authentic stuff. So the line has gotten pretty long. So big long line. It's not like the other private events where I vlogged at where the lines were short. Because it's that driven show, the line is quite long. So I already got all my stuff done, so I don't have to worry about anything there. So we're about a 5:25-ish. Nakai is currently signing things. The line is quite long, so we'll see how many more people get signatures, but it's pretty cool. Boom, right there. Now you see Nakai is leaving now in the 997 right behind. So the show is basically over at this point, or it is over. Everyone's packing up, cars are being cleaned up, and everyone's rolling out. Booths are being cleaned up. The 2 RWBs are getting prepared to ship home or drive home. The 996 is being driven home all the way to Richmond, BC, to Vancouver, BC. Some are being put into trailers, like the 997 is being put into a trailer, so that one's gonna get loaded up and shipped away. All the other competitors are already gone or leaving. A lot of the booths have already been taken down, and it's that kind of time of the day where everyone's just cleaning up, finishing up their days, and that's the next steps here. So as the rest of the competitors leave, we wait, make sure that all the booths are packed up, and we leave from there. So since the 996 is being driven home by Danny, actually, we're taping it up so it's all protected. The last thing we want is the fresh paint job and livery and wrap to get damaged, driving all the way to BC from Regina. So Danny and the team had the pleasure of taping it up. Luckily I was able to swindle my way out of it, but it's all protected up. Shouldn't get damaged in any way, no rock chips, right? Last thing we want is rock chips.
No, we don't want rock chips.
And she'll be all safe for the drive home. So I'm probably gonna get some more footage with this car when I'm in BC, but for now we say goodbye to it. More behind the scenes is actually cleaning up spills, making sure the venue's all clean and organized so that the owners of the venue let us come back next year, which obviously we want to do. I think the turnout for the show was incredible. Lots of people, especially a lot of people, came to see the 4 RWBs and Nakai-san today. So we'll continue with cleanup, and I think that's where we'll end the night off. We've seen a bunch of the cool cars. Like I said in future videos, or at least for next year, let me know what everyone wants to see, and we'll end it off there. Good night.
Remember, Parts Avatar has got your back, so don't forget to subscribe to the Parts Avatar channel so you don't miss any of these exciting videos.